All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, guys, spoiler warning, we're going to be looking at OP-07. I typically like to wait and do these and, review an entire set at a time, do, each color at a time. But in this case, some really insanely cool cards came out last night that I just wanted to talk about. I didn't have a video lined up for today, and I was like, man, we're going to talk about these awesome cards coming out. So if you don't like spoiler warnings, this video is not going to be for you. Just to give you guys a heads up, February 24th is when this comes out in the East, OP-07, and OP-06 does not come out for us over in the West until March 15th, OP-06 for us. So OP-07 for them, February 24th, March 15th for us, OP-06, right? Okay, sorry if that was confusing. I think y'all get what I'm saying. So real quick, before we dive into it, if you're wondering where I see these spoilers at, hop on the Discord. I have a community Discord. It's in the general, the general section of my YouTube. You can just, the general description, and you can find it in there. Hop on there, come hang out with us. We chill in there and talk about One Piece all the time. Deck building, deck theory crafting, other community videos, not just mine, and of course spoilers and just stuff like that. Tournament results, you name it. So if you're looking for a cool One Piece community to chill in, come hop on there and hang out with us. Okay, let's dive into this, guys. Without any further ado, I'm going to try and get through this pretty quickly. I'm sorry if I sound stuffy, guys. My allergies have been wild lately. The pollen's starting to lift up into the air down here in Florida. It's killing me. But, I've lived here my whole life. We'll get through it. We'll muscle through it. Okay, first up is Tony Chopper. This is a 2-cost, 0 power, 1,000 counter purple character. It's a blocker with on play if your board has Dawn less than or equal to your opponent. That's kind of like the Germa 66 thing, right? Add up to 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck rested. Yeah, seems good. I'm pretty sure, like I said, I think this is like the Germa 66 thing, where I'm not saying he is one. I'm saying I think most of their effects is if you have equal to or less Dawn than your opponent, then you get a special on-play effect. And it looks like that's what this is, and you're going to ramp a Dawn, and it's a 2-cost blocker. This card's just absolutely solid. It's not like game-breaking or meta-defining. This is just an incredibly solid, versatile card. Excellent, excellent card here. And as usual, guys, y'all tell me down in the comment section below, number 1, if I missed anything, and number 2, what characters you think are going to be incredible versus which cards you don't think are going to be so good. Okay, next up, I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this one because, on those Discord communities, whoops, shook my whole table there, sorry, guys. On the Discord communities that I follow a bunch of them, and even on mine, there was a lot of talk about this card. Some people saying it's insanely broken. I just think it's an okay card. We'll talk about it, though. So this is Morgan's. He is a 2-cost, 2,000 power, 1,000 counter journalist type character. So no relevant type, but the strong part is this on-play effect. On play, excuse me, guys. On play, your opponent discards 1 card from their hand, then reveals their hand. Then your opponent draws a card. Okay, so they'll trash a card from their hand, show you their hand, and then they bring their hand back and draw a card. So there's 1 card you won't know what it is. That's, of course, very solid, but if you think about it like this, if you were trying to perform perfect math, it doesn't really save you from a perfect math KO, unless you just had no idea you could do a 1-turn KO, right? But still, it doesn't, because what if they just got a 2K counter from the card they drew, and then whatever was left in life? Because what I'm trying to say is this. Like, say they had all 2Ks in their hand. Say they had all 2K counters in their hand, and you use this card. Well, this card costs you 2K to use. So the 2K counter you think that they just lost, number 1, they might not have lost it, but you just lost 2K by playing this card out. So I don't think it's as crazy as people might think, for going for the finishing blow, so to speak. It might be, but it might not be, because essentially what you're going to be doing is letting them cycle out a dead card from hand, and then they have a chance of drawing a better card at the end, and you don't know what it is. I still think the card is good. Please don't misquote me on this or misunderstand what I'm saying. I still think this card is really solid, and I got to give you guys... All right, you ready for this? I thought of this today. Think about this combo with it. Okay, 4-cost Pudding. Now, this is a 3-card combo, right? This is a 3-card combo. It might not even be practical, but in a blue-black deck, you ready? 4-cost Pudding, the new 4-cost, isn't that what it is? It's the pudding that I don't want to butcher it, guys. So I'm just gonna read to you what it does. The new pudding that's coming out in OP-06. Give me just 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. So it's a 4-cost 4K. On play, your opponent returns all cards in their hand to their deck and shuffles their deck, right? Then your opponent draws 5 cards. So say they have like 6 or 7 cards in hand, right? You play Pudding, and then Perona, make them trash a card, and then use this card. So they just got their hand scrambled down to 5 totally random cards. They have to trash a card, because Perona costs 4 as well. And then you play this card, where they have to now trash another card from their hand, reveal it, and then they're going to draw 1 extra random card. I just think that'd be interesting. It might not be any good, like I said, but I just thought that'd be a fun interaction. Otherwise, this card will be extremely useful. I'm not saying it's a bad card. It'll probably be like a 2 of in decks that run Gecko Moria. But generally speaking, yeah, just a decent little card. But I don't think it's as broken as people are saying. If you guys think otherwise, tell me down in the comment section below what makes this card broken. But let's just keep it civil. Let's just keep it civil, okay, guys? All right, don't worry. I'm not going to spend that much time on every card, but this card does warrant some conversation. Okay. Next up, Monkey D. Luffy. We got a 5-cost green, 6,000 power character with a 1K counter. Very solid stat line for a certain deck. And listen to these types. Supernova Straw Hat Crew. Law, right? Just red-green law, period. It'll probably have uses in other decks potentially, but red-green law is sounding real good right now. And listen to this. If you have 3 or more characters, your cost 3 or lower characters other than Monkey D. Luffy. So in other words, you're going to be able to lower him down to KO him so you can KO the rest of the board. But other than Luffy, cannot be KO'd by your opponent's effects. Bottom decking still gets around it. Bouncing back to hand, bouncing to life still gets around all this. And even trash effects like the new Brook card coming out in OP-06. But still, very powerful card. This is going to help Red-Green Law get around Lucci, the 4-cost 6K Lucci. Really solid card. I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but really nice. Excuse me. Next up, we have 6-cost, 7,000 power, yellow, Dress Rosa, Revolutionary Army, Lucy. When attacking once per turn, you may put the top or bottom card of your life pile into your hand. Y'all know I'm already a big fan of this. Rest up to one of your opponent's cost 4 or less characters. Huge. Then if your life total is 1 or less, place the top card of your deck onto the top of your life. So this does draw you a card if you're at 1 or less life. Right? Because so if you're at 2 or less life, because you're going to draw the card and then place one on top if you have 1 or less. So this will work as soon as you hit 2 life. And that does a few things with Black Yellow Linlin, especially. Y'all know I had to mention Black Yellow Linlin. You can do your leader effect and this effect if needed with Black Yellow Linlin. But yeah, I think this card is extremely powerful. It's a 6-cost 7K. The 6-cost slot is not used a lot in Black Yellow currently. Now Edward Newgate from ST13 will be nice there, but guys, this card I think is going to be very solid. Does not have a 1K counter, but you can't have everything. But very solid card. Okay, next up is 4-cost, 5,000 power, 1,000 counter Genin Bay. This is a Fishman, 7 Warlords of the Sea, Sun Pirates type. On play up to 1 cost 4 or lower 7 Warlords of the Sea type character card other than Genin Bay from your hand. So Blue Dofi is liking this, right? This is going to potentially allow Dofi to kind of play almost like the film package plays, right? Where it kind of just throws out a bunch of cards, at one time. Now, this one does go from your hand as opposed to the top of your deck, but think about it. If you use, let's just say, you went, Perona or, what's his name, Doflamingo the turn before in a blue Dofi deck, you stack this where you're, not on top, right, because you have to draw the card next. Then, whenever you're ready to use your leader effect, stack it there, get this effect, then play another one from hand. You could ramp pretty hard like that. So, very, very solid. Big fan of this card. It's nice seeing the old decks getting some support, right? Okay, next up is Stussy. Stussy, how do you say that? This is a 9-cost, 9,000 power CP0 character. On play, you may place one of your characters into the trash. So you're going to sacrifice one of your characters. Now, you're going to place it into the trash. You're not going to KO it or destroy it. So I don't believe it'll get a KO effect. But then, KO up to one of your opponent's characters. That's right. I didn't misread that. So unless there's a mistranslation, this KOs any character in the game. You're going to on-play this, trash one of your searchers, one of your lower characters, or a character that just swung if you need to. KO any character in the game. Like that is very powerful. Obviously, unless it says cannot be KO'd. That's, you know, by card effects. This card, guys, I'm not going to spend much time on. It's just incredible. This card's outstanding. Okay. Now, a lot of these cards got released last night, by the way. Again, that's what made me want to, like, last night and this morning for us over here in the West. That's what made me really want to do this video. I was like, man, we got to talk about some of these. I want to see what you guys have to say. So this is one of them. This is Sabo here. He's an 8-cost, 9,000 power Revolutionary Army character. Some people were complaining that he wasn't dressed Rosa. I feel that. But listen to this on play. You may trash one card from your hand. Okay, so on play, you're establishing a 9K body, trashing a card from hand. KO up to one of your opponent's cost 5 or less characters, and up to one of your opponent's cost 3 or less characters. This is big Lucci, right? Like, this is the big version of Rob Lucci. Just huge. Instead of being a 4-cost 6K that hits a 2 and a 1, this is an 8-cost 9K that hits a 5 and a 3. So you combo this with a Great Eruption or a Ice Age or a Suru or the Dressrosa One-Legged Toy Soldier. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. The range becomes outrageous. Like, this card is going to be... I think this card's going to be very nice. Yes, you do have to trash a card. You know, that is like one of the things that really was not ideal about running the color black in, you know, in previous sets. But now that we have all this trash recursion with things like Rebecca, Gecko Moria, and whatnot, it's not too bad anymore. Like, I think I'm willing to trash one card from my hand to KO a 5-cost and a 3-cost. You know what I mean? We'll take it every time. Okay, really solid card there. Next, I've got Monkey D. Dragon. Okay, Monkey D. Dragon is a 8-cost, 9,000 power, red Revolutionary Army character with Rush. So 8 costs 9K with Rush, already pretty solid, right? On play, give your leader or up to one of your characters up to 2 rested Dawn cards, or Dawn. This card, again, this one's kind of like Stussy, where I don't need to spend much time talking about this. This card is just incredibly solid, and at the time of me recording this video and putting it out, I just put up on the community tab on my page. Check out the poll that I just put up. I was asking which of the three brothers coming out in ST13 do you think is going to have the best results? I'm not asking it, you know, which one's going to win the next major tournament, just which one will have the best results in the West. And guys, I honestly think Red Yellow Sabo is going to put in some work over here in the West, guys. You guys know we love our red decks over here in the West, and you guys know we love our yellow decks. Bello Betty was close to being something. Red Yellow Sabo, I don't know what it is. I just have a good feeling about it. I could be wrong. I've been wrong. Like, you guys know my takes on Black Yellow Lin Lin. I still love that leader, excuse me, and I'll play it as much as I can. But I have a good feeling about Red Yellow Sabo. Who knows? Maybe that means to stay away from it, right? Maybe that means to stay away from it. All right. Anyway, this card, incredible, absolutely incredible. Okay, last card, Portgoss D Ace. We got the secret rarity, or one of the secret rarity cards. I don't know how many there's going to be. This is a 10-cost, 10,000 power character, Whitebeard Pirates type, yellow. On play, you may add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life. It's not checking anything else, right? Unless you want Rush. Then if you have 2 life cards or less, this character gains Rush. So in other words, this card will always be able to just gain you a life, period. So for 10 costs, you're getting a 10,000 power body that just comes down and you gain a life. 1/2 of the Black Yellow Lin Lin, or I keep saying that, 1/2 of the 10 Lin effect. But if you're at 2 or less life, and that is after the life gain, by the way. It says then if you have 2 or less, 2 life cards or less, this character gains Rush. So if you were at 0 or 1 life and you play this character and you stay at under 2 life, well, guess what? You know, this guy's coming in swinging, which is just so nice. So this will kind of be like removal, a 10K body, and gaining a life on 1 turn when you need it to be. I think this card's incredible. Now, here's the thing. This is another reason why I wanted to make this video, because I wanted to talk about this card. You guys know that decks that are like big mom pirates, like so Katakuri, Lin Lin, we already have access to an incredible 10 cost. But man, this card, a lot of people, let me just say this. I think it's nice to be aggressive as yellow. I was running an aggressive version of Black Yellow Lin Lin for a while. And if I can have access to an L and something like this, I don't know. I'm going to see what I can do, guys. You guys know I'll be in the lab. You guys know I'll be trying to cook up something to make this work. But I think this card is going to be very solid. Because yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to run this and 10 Lin. But think about it. Again, it's going to be a matter of like making just a straight up blitz deck. And then this guy's just, yeah, he's going to gain your life so you're safe. But you're just going to be able to smash in so hard with it if your life's low enough. It just seems like it could be something really strong. And especially, like, I think Enel players are going to be very happy with this card. I will say that. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But all right, guys, I think that's it. Yep. You guys tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. I'm sorry that ran on a little bit longer than I wanted it to. Let me see. Yeah, a little bit longer than I wanted that to run on. But there are so many incredible cards coming out in OP-07. This is yet another reason. I'm not about to go on a tangent. Don't worry. This is yet another reason they have to catch us up with the East. This is how scalpers get their fuel. This is how things happen the way they've been happening. All the problems people complain about in this game, one of the root causes is we get to see all of these really cool decks over in the East, right, popping up. Okay, so scalpers are paying attention. Oh, that card's about to go off? Okay, I'll buy the rest of them. And then I'll reprice them. We have to, guys, I really, really hope they do what they're doing with Digimon. Bandai, for those who don't know, Bandai is catching Digimon up to the East. Their Western, players are 3 sets behind the East over there, or 3.5, something like that. I can't remember, whatever. They're catching them up. We're only 1 set behind. They could catch us up in literally 6 months. I really hope they do that. Because, again, guys, another set. I'm sorry, I got to rant for a little bit here, guys. If you guys are done with the video, you can check out now. I'm going to rant for a minute. I'm sorry, guys. I have to. I got to get it off my chest. I got to vent to y'all for a second. Another set's coming out where, okay, we're getting a hand-me-down OP-06. We already know everything that's going to happen. We know all the decks have been figured out. We know everything going on. All the cards have already been scammed, or how do you say it? Scalped, excuse me. And now we just have to sit back and watch the East have fun with a actual brand new meta. And with brand new leaders and everything, and all we can do is have fun on the sim and have fun with our friends at locals, which is better than nothing. Hey, go hang out at your locals, be a face, show up, be a friendly face there. Don't be a stranger at your locals. Got to keep the game alive. Let the game get past this hard point. It's going through growing pains. I keep saying, I've been saying that a lot lately. The game is going through growing pains. So guys, just bear with it. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I'm done ranting now. I really hope they catch us up soon. I cannot wait for OP-07. I cannot wait for OP-06 and ST-13. But OP-07, these look like the most powerful cards we've seen in a while. And y'all tell me what y'all think about that down in the comment section below if anyone's still listening. All right, hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you've not already. And like I said, if you want to join us on the Discord, check it out in the general description of my channel, on my YouTube channel. The information should be on there for you to join. All right, guys, that's it. Until next time, peace.